Hi, I'm Bob, and welcome to Between the Sheets, where we look at Microsoft Excel and related technologies. Do you ever get an Excel file, or maybe text imported into an Excel file that has a lot of extra spaces in the text, or maybe it has non-printing characters that cause errors? That's a real pain, isn't it? Doing a search and replace often isn't enough, and PowerQuery is great, but it might be more complicated than you need. I'll show you a couple of functions that might be better for the job. So let's take a look and see how it works. Here's a list of movie titles that looks like it might have been typed by a room full of chimpanzees. You can see there's extra spaces before and after, sometimes in the middle of text, and there's also non-printing characters. But by definition, of course, you can't see them. We can remove extra spaces using the trim function. In older versions of Excel, the trim function would remove extra spaces at the beginning and the end of text, but not in the middle. Now it removes extra spaces in the middle, too. Let's take a look at the syntax. This is very complicated syntax. It's just equals trim, and you feed it some text. That's it. So I'm just going to start there at the top of column B, and I'm going to say equals trim, open the parenthesis, grab the first one in A4. I'm going to enter it. Looks okay, and I'm going to double-click the autofill dot, fill down to the bottom. And that's great, but the trim function doesn't remove non-printing characters. And there are a few of them, like over here between these two words, there's a non-printing character because there was a hard return. So let's go to the next sheet, and that's just a duplicate of the first one. And on this sheet, we can clean up the non-printing characters. And the clean function is pretty much the same syntax as the trim function. It's simply equals clean, and you feed it the text. So I'm going to say equals clean, open the parenthesis, hit the first title, enter it, double-click the autofill dot, and it removes non-printing characters, but it doesn't remove the spaces. And this one here, also, you can see we've got some extra spaces there as well as the non-printing characters. So why not both? Let's do it one more time. I'm going to go to this tab, which is, again, another duplicate. And all we have to do is nest one function inside the other. So I'm going to say equals trim, open the parenthesis, and in there I'm going to say clean. Open another set of parentheses, choose the first one, close the inner parenthesis, then close the outer parenthesis, enter it, double-click the autofill dot, and now everything works. And we've gotten rid of non-printing characters, we've gotten rid of extra spaces, and it all looks great. And it doesn't really matter which function gets nested inside which. Either way will work. That's simple and effective. And don't call me Shirley. So be sure to check out my course, Excel 365 for Busy People. Until next time, my name is Bob, and this has been Between the Sheets.